So in this video, I'm going to introduce you to the two best stocks to buy today. So let's go ahead and get a move on because time is money. Okay, so we're going to go over the first stock, which is CRNC. We're going to go over the technicals first and then flip over to the fundamentals and some news stories as to what's developing with this stock and why it's moving the way it's moving, okay? So other than that, let's go ahead and start off with the chart of CRNC, which is CRNC Inc. They're in the technology sector and the software industry. Really good sector and industry to be swimming in right now. That's been a lot of rotation within that because, well, as you can tell with the NASDAQ, yeah, making, trying to make all-time highs and everything. So one of the best performing indices, actually the best performing indice in the past few weeks. So this is good to see. We're at, I think we're at all-time highs. Let me go see here real quick with the NASDAQ. Not for sure. I haven't really looked at the indices. I don't like to look at the indices, but yes, we are at all-time highs. Boom, breaks out. So looks good right here. So let's go ahead and see as to what this one is, how this one's developing here. So what we do have from the base right here, the secondary base, we do have from the low to the high of this third base here. We have greater than 25% for the prior uptrend here. And then we've got the stage 2 accumulation phase happening with this stock. Well, if I can switch over to the colors here. All right, so we got a nice stage 2 right here. This is a beautiful base right here within this stage 2 accumulation phase. I'm going to show you right here as to how this base works. This is the base, okay? So now what we have developing, the pattern that we have developing within this base is what's called a rounding bottom with the handle. And your handle is happening right here. Boom, breaks out, nice little consolidation, nice easy let down right here with massive volume coming in today and just bursting out of the high of that handle, okay? That's great to see. That's what you want to see when trading a rounding bottom with handle or a cup with handle, okay? So what we also have is we also have nice low volatility. So we have a nice tight price contraction right here within the handle, nice letdown in price, so that's great to see. Not only that, we're near 52-week highs, 52-week highs being $139. And so anyway, as this is bursting out here, we're getting close to those 52-week highs. We also have demand off of this 50-day moving average, so we have demand also off this 200. And well, as you can see, as it touches the 200 and the 150, you get buying, and then down to the 200 we get buying, and then down to the 200 again we get buying right here, and a nice blast off right there. Boom, boom. And this is telling you that institutions are buying right here, okay? So that's good to see. That's what you want to see. You want to see institutions buying off of these. When you see buying off of these moving averages, such as the 50-day or the 200-day, that's a good sign that we do have institutions at the wind of this back, or at the wind of the back of this stock here. So this is good to see right here, okay? So as it's hitting that 50-day moving average, it just bounces right off. Huge demand today. So the next thing that we're going to go look at is we're going to go look at volume. This is going to be kind of a quicker video due to the fact that I'm looking at some stocks as well that I'm thinking about placing a trade in. Not for sure though, but yeah, that's the reason why I'm kind of speeding this up today and doing what I'm doing here. So other than that, we got nice low volume right here within this base right here, okay? So we do have nice demand within the base as well, within this pattern, within this rounding bottom. And what we look for next is, well, if it creates this handle here or a nice tight price consolidation like this right here, what we're looking for next, if it's going to break out of that consolidation phase, do we have volume increasing? Okay, and so we do have volume increasing right here today. So that's great. Nice large demand, okay? So other than that, your super pivot where this one's going to come in is going to be right here. Right here at $120, okay? So at $120, which is the high of the handle, that's going to be your super pivot, and of course it blasts on through there. and looks really good right here. It is up 15%. So to be honest with you, if you want to take the trade, go ahead and take the trade. You might come by on Friday, or I mean on Monday, next Monday, and maybe the stock will keep rising. But where I would prefer to place my stop, if anything, would be at the low of today. Okay, and that low, of course, is at $119.16. So you want to place it around 3 to 4 cents below that low. Matter of fact, before we move on, let me just show you what the position sizing, what your position sizing is going to look like in your risk management accordingly. Okay, so let's go ahead and flip over to that, and let's look at that real quick. See where you can place when you place your stop. Let's see here. So we are trading right now at $124.99. So let's say you start off with a $1,000 account here. Let's say you're willing to risk, let's go ahead and just put 5%, which is $50. So you're willing to risk $50 on this total, on your total account equity. That's how much you're willing to lose. Let's go to your buy point at $124.99, and let's go look at your stop, where your stop would be placed. Let's say if you placed it 3 cents below the low of today, which is 119. So at 119.13 is where that would be. So your stop loss percent is going to be at 4.69. You can actually move that down. Let's say go ahead and put it around. Let's move it down a whole dollar to around 118. Let's go ahead and do that and give us some protection here at $118.05. So your stop loss percent comes out to around 5.5%. Your profit target in percent terms is going to be 16 or 17%. And your profit target in dollar terms, where you want to go ahead and start taking profits on this stock, is around $145.81. Okay, so that's a pretty good stop, nice tight stop, and you can give this stock a little bit of room to run. Okay, so other than that, this is how you would trade CRNC. Like I said, if you want to go ahead and buy today, it wouldn't be a bad idea, because this stock, with the volume coming out right here, is tremendous. Okay, so let's see here. Hold on 1 second here. Here we go. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to show you a weekly chart real quick. As you can tell, this is kind of well, this is a IPO stock. Came out in the middle of near the middle of 2019. And of course, you can just see this nice staircase step trail right here with this stock. Boom, boom. And this is kind of like a cup with handle right here. So you can try to say this is your primary base right here. This is an IPO base. It's a double bottom. This is your second base, which is just a cup with handle right here. And then this will be your third base. So when you're buying, you want to be buying within, the primary, the secondary, or the third base. Okay, anywhere past that kind of gets a little more riskier, just due to the fact that a lot of institutions are taking their money off the table and distributing their shares at a higher price to us retail investors who think that the stock has a lot more room to run. So it starts getting volatile. Price starts reacting very volatile, and you can see the price just, drop, in percentage points quite a bit. And so anyway, so yeah, you just take on more of a risk when you start getting into that fourth and fifth base. Okay, so other than that, let's go ahead and move on to AGFY. Okay, I like this one. I like how it's surpassing all this resistance right here at around $14.30 or $14, and of course we're at $14.27 today. So practically this is kind of like a primary base to a degree. It's kind of just rounding right here. And so as you're trading this one, pay attention. We are in a short-term uptrend here. The 50-day moving average is starting to turn up, but the You know, the 10-day and the 20-day are also moving upwards, so there is quite a bit of momentum. Thing is this stock had a really good day yesterday as well, and then blasts out, but it does get past a lot of the super pivot, what I call the super pivot, right here at $14. If it holds up by closer to the end of today, I would say, hey, go ahead and place the trade. But when you're trading this one here, what you want to do is place your stop at the low of today. Go ahead and go 3 cents out, which will be at about 13.29 or so. So let's go see how that one will work on a risk management and position sizing sheet here. So let's say you're still willing to risk $50 here. Your buy point at 14. Let's see, 14.27, and your risk management or your stop loss or your stop is going to be placed at 3 cents below at 13.29. So that gives you a total stop loss percent at 6.87%. Not a bad stop right here. So your percent profit target is going to be 20.6% or 20.5%. Your dollar in profit target terms is going to be at $17.21. So you want to be taking profits at around that price at $17.21. Do I think it could get there? Yeah, absolutely it can get there. There is a ton of volume here pumping this stock up. We do have nice low volume right here within this, within what it's trying to round out. Not only that, on this little dip here, on this pullback here, volume was still light, and we had volume increasing right here, okay? So that's great to see, okay? So other than that, I mean, we could possibly make it up to 52-week highs at $21.43. I don't know that, but just trade accordingly, because as this stock's moving, if this stock decides to keep moving up, you know, it'll do this right here and then kind of come back, maybe pull back, and then resume its uptrend and get up here. But other than that, if it does hit your stop right here, go ahead and get out. But let me tell you right now, if it keeps going down and surpasses this $11.51, this trade will probably be dead in the water. And so you don't want to even be buying into that or anything of that nature. Just let it do what it's going to do, and just let it do, okay? So just leave it alone other than that, because there's always opportunity around the corner, and you just got to be prepared for that, okay? So, and here with Stocks Now and TSE, we're always prepared for those opportunities. So with my proprietary scan, that's what we get, and we get stocks, really good stocks that pop up, okay? So other than that, that's how you would manage this one here. This is AGFY. They're AGFY Corp. They're in the industrial sector and industrial suppliers industry. So really good sector as well. Industrials have been popping up quite a bit. If you watch my market updates, industrials have been really strong for the past couple of weeks as well. So other than that, let's go ahead and move on to CRNC for its fundamentals here. It is ranked number 3 on the IBD list here within its competitors. So of course you can see Adobe and Microsoft being number 1 here, or number 1 and 2. This industry group rank is 124. Not such a great, not really a great industry rank, but out of 197, the group relative strength rating is at a C. We do have earnings per share rating of 91 on the for the IBD rating. The earnings per share percent change last quarter is 60%, with 54% last 3 quarters average earnings per share growth. Okay, so that's great to see. The earnings per share are increasing, and they're increasing dramatically. So that's what you want to see when you're buying a stock as to where it's at within its price cycle. Okay, so it is the 3-year earnings per share growth rate is 140%. Or 104%, my bad. I'm a little off today. It's been raining, and it's all cloudy outside. Been like that for the past few days. Kind of a downer day, you know. So didn't sleep too well either, but it is what it is. So other than that, 104% for the 3-year earnings per share growth rate, with the annual pre-tax margin, which is really good at 26.3%. They're keeping, you know, a lot of their profit right here, so that's great to see. Other than that, we do have 6% change in funds owning the stock with 4 quarters of increasing fund ownership, okay? So you are swimming with the institutions. They are adding to their positions around this, you know, around this stock. So that's what you want to see. You want to swim. You want to swim with those, with the big fish, okay? So ride the back of those big fish. So let's go look at AGFY and see what we have here. Where this one's ranked, the composite rating is a 20, which really sucks, but it is ranked number 10 out of its competitors here. So they the industry group rank is 141, not so great. The relative strength rating is a D for that group. As you can tell, their earnings not so great, but they do have 1 quarter of earnings per share acceleration. Okay, so their earnings per share has accelerated in percent terms for 1 quarter. That's good to see. Okay, remember that their earnings is due on July 28, 2021. So here in the next, you know, couple of weeks. Their sales percent change last quarter was 594%. Excellent to see, meaning that their product is selling, and it has really increased dramatically from the previous quarter's change. Okay, so that's good to see. So their product is selling. Other than that, the accumulation distribution rating is an A. We don't see any percent change in funds owning the stock, or you know, quarters of increasing fund ownership. But with the way the volume's acting, I mean, it's really good to see with volume on the chart right here. As you can tell, it's increasing, and I mean, that's a lot of shares being bought at, you know, $14.30. I mean, 983,000. I mean, that's, you know, not nobody that you know. You know, maybe you do know somebody that's buying all those shares. I don't know. That'd be crazy though. So other than that, let's go ahead and move on to the news as to what's going on. So CRNC here is apparently they're replacing Adtalem Global Education Inc. In the S&P Mid Cap 400. So that'll be effective July 7th. Matter of fact, ATGE popped up on my scan as well. I just didn't really care for the weekly chart, but other than that, I mean, this stock had a really big day because apparently they're replacing Boston Private Financial Holdings in the S&P Small Cap 600. So they're moving over to the small cap as CRNC is moving into the mid cap 400s. Okay, so of course their share price has gained 160% last year, but other than that, they look really good right here. The other thing is, I was reading here as well. Besides it joining the mid cap, there was something else that I saw, and now I can't even tell you. But why this stock is doing showing strong price action is due to that. I mean, it's joining the mid cap 400. When you do see a stock or a company join one of these indexes or moves up in rank in the index, you usually get a lot of investors, or you get some, you know, higher investors bringing, you know, putting their money into it. Okay, so they're buying the stock and everything because that's usually a good upgrade. It's like an upgrade. That's all it's being. It's being upgraded into a higher indice. Okay, into a stronger indice, and put it that way, or less risky indice, whatever you want to say. But it's a stronger indice apparently, and that's what's going on. So that's the news for CRNC as to what's happening, as to why this stock is moving the way it's moving today. And let's go ahead and go look at AGFY and see why this stock is moving. So let's see here. Stock and buy. So let's do this here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the actual games view. So, AGFY here. So let's see what's developing here. So apparently they're in the cannabis and hemp industry, and they're more in the agricultural industry as well. So let's go look at the investors resources. So let's go look at investors here. Should have some news in here, news and events, news releases. So on June 24th of 2021, AGFY expands relationship with current customer Nevada Holistic Medicine, further increases presence in attractive Nevada market. And of course, if you know anything, you know in Nevada, marijuana is legal on a medicinal and recreational purpose. So that's good to see. Okay, so other than that, I mean, they were awarded right here. Let's see here. So they are a developer of highly advanced and proprietary precision hardware and software cultivation solutions for the indoor agricultural marketplace. Today announced that it has entered into a definitive agreement with current customer Nevada Holistic Medicine LLC for the build out of their 12,400 square foot state-of-the-art facility. Under the terms of the agreement, AGFY will provide architectural, engineering, construction, and horticultural consulting services, installation and lease of 140 vertical farming units, and 5 years use of the AGFY Insight software platform in exchange for at least $12 million of production-based and monthly SaaS fees. So that's good. That's a pretty big sell right there. $12. That wouldn't be a big sell. $12 million on the monthly fees. I mean, come on now. That's pretty big there. So I mean, 144 million, you know, a year right there within itself. So that's good. So they're selling their product right here and helping out. So other than that, the new agreement with Nevada Holistic Medicine further expand AGFY's presence in the lucrative Nevada market, a market which is expected to continue to undergo significant growth amid high levels of consumer demand. So apparently there is a high level of consumer demand in Nevada for marijuana, or cannabis, if you want to put it. Cultivators increasingly realize that by harnessing data and utilizing our advanced cultivation solutions, they can maximize yields while still consistently producing extremely high quality cannabis. We continue to see existing customers expanding their mandates with us as they experience the tremendous results our solutions deliver, said Raymond Chang, CEO of AGFY. We are extremely pleased to further expand our relationship with Nevada Holistic Medicine and look forward to working with them as they increase their cultivation footprint to capitalize on high levels of consumer demand amid rising tourism rates in the popular Las Vegas region. How much this is true, I don't know, because I know Las Vegas was hit pretty hard when we had the pandemic. So not for sure, you know, as to whether that's really picking up out there. So I'm sure it is a little bit, but other than that, I mean, you know, the attraction of Las Vegas has always been and probably will continue to be. So, but other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here because this is a pretty boring video. I apologize for that, but other than that, thank you for watching and supporting TSE and of course Stocks Now. Other than that, I hope you found the information educational but boring, of course, today. So if you haven't subscribed already, please do. Drop a comment, like the video, or don't like the video, whatever. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to help you. Just ask away. And other than that, thank you for watching again. And these are the best 2 stocks to buy today. Okay, so other than that, here at Stocks Now and TSE, we trade in the present. We study the past for knowledge and follow the process of trading to build our future. So other than that, opportunities awaits, my friends.